Today we are in sweats on the floor with coffee. I didn't feel like putting up all the show with like the table and putting myself in nice clothes and yada yada yada, but I really want to talk about this book. So compromise, you know. I do think that a lot of people are going to enjoy this. It's got a lot of really cool elements. The Aria of Galvanize just has it all, you know. We have a really strong female main character that I just loved so much. Really relatable character as well, I think. The group of people that we follow throughout the book is really interesting, but also, let me tell you guys, the political stuff, the whole world building, oh my god. Hello readers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the Aria of Galvanize by Wilder Page. This book took me such a long time to get through. It is a monster of a book. It was great and I cannot wait. I think there's going to be more books coming out soon and I cannot wait to get to them. Let's talk about this book from the very beginning. So a basic little review. We are following a girl, kind of. We're following Incarnate 7 or I7. A lot of the times she just likes to call herself 7. She wakes up in a facility in a really weird circumstance. She has a ton of cybernetic enhancements and weird things going on in her body, in her brain. She has like a freaky eye. It's just crazy. And my dog is on the... okay. And she wakes up to find that somebody had woken up. A weird guy with crazy tattoos, kind of scars on his face, and he's obviously trying to kill her. She wakes up without a memory of who she was before, and we are following through this journey. She gets to a computer and there's this program. I mean, the tech is kind of really cool, and we have this program. You can totally talk with her. They are programmed by people, but the amount of self-decisions that they make is just bizarre. They were like programmed to do a certain thing, and they're like, the tech is just pretty advanced, okay? So the programming of this thing, we find out that her name is Keep R, and so she basically downloads this program into her brain. So we obviously know from the very beginning that she is not just a regular human. We follow her. They're trying to get into a facility where they can download Keep R into, so that she knows and she gets information about what is going on, who is I7, her past, how is it that she becomes this kind of experimental creature in a facility, if she is actually, or if she was actually human, or if she's just like a lab created, completely cybernetic being. And a lot of stuff happens through the journey. They like following their goal and something happens. They get to know a ton of different characters, and through this she gets little like jewels where she can put her freaky eye into, and she gets to see memories from other people from the glory days, which is 200 years ago, when the world was kind of not that bad. And there were like the glory days of the world. We then understand the political intrigue. Like, you really get into this book. I got into it without knowing anything, and it took me a while to like be able to get into the world, because you are thrown into it without any idea, and little by little you get the pieces together. You are exactly like I7 is. You just get thrown into it and you don't know what is happening. When she goes out, everything is a disaster. We also get some kind of zombies, which are called trashers, which are created by pus. Like, they get infected and they go like zombie mode. There's different little regions with different leaders, and we get to know some gruesome ones. It's a complete thing. It reminds me a little bit of The Walking Dead, because of the way that we're just thrown into this crazy world and we have to figure out what in the world is happening. But also, let me tell you, the political stuff that was happening 200 years ago, we get this kind of jump dreams. So we get memories from people 200 years ago talking about how the world was. They were basically, they're in the REA, and then they were fighting. They were in a freaking fight. They were in war with the Union. So they were both fighting, and apparently, well, obviously, the Union won, and where she is right now, which is the REA, it's a disaster. It's the apocalypse. It's not even the apocalypse. It's like the apocalypse is over, and everyone that survived is there trying to create their own like group of crazy people, and it's just so she's thrown into it, and she doesn't know what the heck is going on. So through these jump dreams, we also get to see all of the political stuff going on in the past. They had like 6 divisions. We had like the division of power, the division of science, the division of, etc., etc. And one of the divisions were thrown out into the war to fight. The other divisions were like the division of science, which was really great. As you can say, they are making like cybernetic humans, and the programming is great. Like, we have these amazing advances, but they are thrown into the really awful part of it where everything is done to create chaos and war. And you really see the repercussions of that in this book, but you also see that before that, the way that things were like organized, they were supposed to have all equal chances to getting a better life, but we do see a lot of really inconsistencies with that. We see the people of power living in luxuries, living in the city, living great. We see jump rooms from people that are really poor, and the circumstances they lived in, it's just absolutely awful and terrifying. And you're supposed to take a test, and if you are smart enough, if you put a lot of work into it, you can advance and become someone in power. But again, the odds obviously are not equal, even though that's what the people in charge are saying, that everyone has equal opportunities. So you do get to see that. They touch on a lot of topics. I love that you get to like unravel all of these mysteries throughout the book. The ending I was definitely not expecting. I still have like a lot of questions left, which is why I'm really looking forward for the next books, because nothing for me was really solved. Like, even I think I even have even more questions now. But yes, it is extremely interesting book. I love the writer's style of just, again, throwing yourself into this book and uncovering everything, because it's just so well done. The fact that some of the characters kind of bind together one way or another super unexpectedly, also I think it is just great. We see a ton of different issues in the book that kind of make you look around and be like, yeah, it's definitely a thought-provoking book, I will say. Great written science fiction. I'm putting it like really up there because I really enjoyed it. I do have to tell you, it has really long chapters. Like, if you're one of those people that cannot stop reading until you finish a chapter, make sure that you have 45 minutes to an hour, depending on your reading speed, to read a chapter, because they're long, but they're so worth it. Like, the detail of the world, the characters are just great, the political intrigue is great, the mystery surrounding the whole situation is absolutely marvelous, the technology I really enjoyed. I mean, definitely science fiction, so don't take the tech like super too hard, but I do think that the author did a great job. There are drones, and I love that the main idea of the war was that the Union was saying that you don't need, like, obviously they were criticizing each other of the way that they operate, and the REA really thought that their advantage was the tech that they had, the science advantages, and the Union took that completely, turned everything around and made the tech attack them. So they were hacking the drones, and the drones turn around and attack the people. It's just crazy. Like, all of the ideas that you get through this book are just so great, kind of really realistic, which was like, and I love the character development. Character development in this book was just done so well. Since the beginning we get I7, she's super innocent, Obviously, she's with this guy that's trying to kill her, so she has to defend herself. She feels bad about it, and at the end, she's a freaking badass. Like, if you want good female character development, strong freaking woman, read this. Like, I cannot recommend this enough. I really had a lovely time reading this. I would totally recommend it if you like this kind of books. It is full packed with action. Thank goodness, because I've been reading a lot of books that are so slow, and I just really needed a punch. Like, this really punched you in the face every single time something is happening. All the time everything goes wrong and they have to figure it out, and they're in this rough situation and she has to kick ass, and you know, it's a fabulous book. So yes, if you're looking for something like that, completely recommend. Go ahead and pick it up. It is out right now when this is uploaded and in YouTube, so you can totally go ahead and pick this book out. Completely recommend. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and if you want me to keep making book reviews, and please make sure you are subscribed to my channel for more bookish content and again more book reviews. And I will see you readers on my next video. Bye.